Hello and welcome to my walkthrough of Trans Am with commentary. First things first, I always do a shout out to someone, and last time I gave a shout out to my cousin Stuart, who was the only person I'd ever seen complete Alien 8. This time I'm giving a shout out to his brother, my cousin Richard, who's the only person I've ever seen complete Trans Am. This is Trans Am. It was released in 1983 by Ultimate, who I'm sure a lot of you know produced some of the best games that have ever been produced for the Spectrum. They always had a high quality of standard, well, at least until the dark days of US Gold, towards the end of the company's publishing life for the Spectrum. The backstory to this game is it's kind of a bit Mad Maxy, so you're racing around a post-apocalyptic US of A. This land is ruled by the evil black turbo cars who are going to try and stop you, and you're trying to liberate their 8 cups of ultimate, which you have to race around and find. Gameplay, as you can see, there's the main window where you see your car. You need to race around America, avoiding the various obstacles and picking up fuel when you start to run out. As you can just see there are 1 or 2 cars will chase after you. You have nighttime and daytime driving. In the daytime, the cars are black and blue, and the black car is the quickest. And the nighttime, the cars are pink and green, I think, and the pink car's the quickest. Here we are. Here we have night drive. So, presuming we survive for long enough, we'll actually see this. We'll see the pink cars, and yeah, you pick up the cups, and you've got to avoid the obstacles. You have a map of the US in the top corner, and there's little pixels there which show you where all the cities are. And in the cities, you can pick up extra fuel, and you're the flashing dot. Then below that, you have the number of cups you've collected on the right, and a scanner. And what that scanner does is that has up to 4 dots on it. There's a black dot in the centre, which is you. The other black dots that you see are cars, and you can also see cups. So when you come in range of a cup, it'll show up on that scanner. Now those cups and those cars, you don't want to get those mixed up, because if you do, it's generally fatal. I've been bombing towards what I thought was a cup, and actually found out that it was a car. So it's a pretty quick game. To actually complete this game doesn't take too long, although it needs a bit of skill. It's not an easy game to play, as you can see. I'll give some of my tips. One of my main tips, I think, would be is don't be afraid of the decelerator key. I had a look on Tip Shop and look for some tips, and there's quite a few tips on that. One of which is, and I think this happened in this game, sometimes the cups line up in a straight line across the middle of the US. Now, I didn't know that when I did this game, because as you see, I tend to start off by going across the top of the map, and then what I do if I didn't die was do a full circle around the edge, and then kind of go across the middle and try and fill in any gaps that I've left, using the scanner to search for cups all the way along. In this game, actually, it turns out that I think the cups lined up along the middle, if I look at this, and that was one of the tips in Tip Shop. Another tip was that if your engine overheats, you can hide behind an object, which actually is a good tip. I think you saw earlier that if one of the other cars hits one of the objects that's on the map, that place Dallas there is a really good place. You can hide there, and it's really difficult. There's 2 oil wells, I guess they are, next to the fuel pump. The other cars can't hit the fuel pump; they'll bounce off it. So that's a really good way to lose a car. If you got them right on your tail and you go through a fuel pump, it's quite satisfying to watch them bounce backwards. We've only got 1 more cup to find, so we're nearly at the end. The other tip I'd say, and you can see me doing it in this game a little bit, is don't be afraid of the decelerator key. Don't be afraid to sometimes just taking your foot off the gas. And last thing is, if you see the speed that I've got there, if you're just into the red, you won't if you just into the red, you won't actually overheat, and you go slightly slower than the other cars. So actually, you can use that to your advantage. So anyway, that was a quick one. My quick walkthrough with commentary of Trans Am. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.